So I thought I'd review some of the comic books that Ya Boi Zack from Comics Matter, previously Diversity in Comics, recommended to his audience. So we've got here Space Bandits, which wherever Zack lives is 99 cents. But in the rest of the country, hey, guess what? These Space Bandits are all $4 each. I managed to find issue number 1 and issue number 4, and his reviews were spot on. This is a very interesting story by Mark Millar, and it's an exotic universe populated by strange characters, lots of double crosses and dirty deals. The two women who are the stars are written in a refreshing manner, and they're dealing with ex-boyfriends and ex-business partners. And as you can see, this leads to some problems with them and the local authorities. Oh dear, it looks like he won't be making another appearance. So Zack had this very long 43-minute piece on criticism, how to give it and how to take it, and he made it while he was on a long road trip, and he had some really good points in there. Look, she's fallen for her ex again. That was easy. You can't show women as gullible. That's not in keeping with the modern strong stereotype of females. So Mark Millar actually doing some writing here instead of just pandering. So anyway, I recommend Zack's piece, and he only had a few edits while delivering some really good points, and I assume this was because he wanted to edit out the screams of people being run over and going off the highway while he was making his points. So while I was at my comic book shop, thanks to Zack's recommendation, I was greatly pleased to see that IDW has restarted Usagi Yojimbo, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And this is a comic book by two alumni of Sergio Aragonés's Gru the Wanderer. For you old-time fans like me, who stopped reading comics when they were $1.25 and going up, these two names should be very familiar to you. Stan Sakai and colorist Tom Luth. They were part of the creative team along with Mark Millar and Sergio Aragonés on Gru the Wanderer. And I'm very pleased to see that part of that team is still continuing the work on Usagi. The only Usagi book I bought back during the Gru era was their parody of Lone Wolf and Cub, which was called Lone Goat and Kid. And I always remember the funny close of that comic book is the official, I think Usagi said, "Good luck on your road to hell." It always struck me as a very funny line. Anyway, this comic at a glance seems very silly. You've got rabbits as samurai, you've got goats as Edo officials. That's the name for archaic Tokyo. But when you start reading the story, you just get drawn into it. So this is an excellently written story, and we've actually come in partway on a story about this respected friend who's leading a army of zombies, but it's not his fault. There's some kind of hypnosis involved. So there's zombies, and it's all tied into ancient Japanese mythology about puppets taking over people. And oh, look at that beautiful panel. Just absolutely gorgeous work. Oh, look, there's the tardigrade from Voyager and that game that they ripped it off from. So I only got part of the story there, but it seemed really neat. So someone else is a big fan of this comic, because you can see I couldn't find issues 3 and 4. But look at the jump into This is another story I'm coming in partway to. And it's actually an analysis on how to write heroes. And this battle that you're seeing is not real in terms of the comics. She's explaining her idea for a story for him. And this is a married woman. And Yojimbo has to defend her honor while at the same time not taking off her husband, who has just returned and is none too happy to find Yojimbo watching over his wife. Now, what's interesting about this story is the brutality of 16th century Japan is present. The husband acted to protect his honor and slew his wife. Or maybe she's only slightly injured. Oh, she's got the little skull picture there, which Gru readers remember as the kiss of death. That means you've died, you've croaked. So, and he does that in some of the battle scenes too. And look at that. The villain of the piece still had to kill himself, committing seppuku, or the vulgar form, harakiri. And wow, that is a freaking awesome comic book. I was actually drawn into this story. And so that's my little review there of these two series. Thank you for watching.